Welcome back. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about why I think most people will never succeed with e-commerce. Because I meet many people who want to start with e-commerce. They wanna be living that lifestyle where they just travel, make money online, and they do those things that most people really dream about. So one of the biggest reasons why I think most people will never succeed with e-commerce, first of all, it's really difficult, especially in the beginning. It's really difficult to even get started with e-commerce because of the big learning curve. Of course, many people will say that, it's so easy, it's simple, but the reality is that it's not simple, it's not easy at all. So back in 2019, when I started with e-commerce, I really thought that it would take me like 2 to 3 months to get started with e-commerce and make a living of that. But then eventually when 2 to 3 months passed, I wasn't even doing any sales. And I didn't realize back then that the first months, even the first year, everything is about learning and learning about the principles about marketing and why people buy. But back then I didn't even understand why people buy and how to sell products to people. I just followed those videos on YouTube where they talk about winning products, sell this, sell that. But then when I tested those products, I never understood really why people buy and why those products work. And of course, some products sold better than others, but I never really had any traction. And the main reason was that I didn't focus on the principles of marketing and especially direct response marketing. And that is something that I think takes the longest to really understand, because even today, I've been doing this for 5 years. No. It's my 7th year in e-commerce, crazy. So I'm still learning new things about marketing, direct response marketing, and the psychology behind why people buy. And those things really improve the way I sell products. And of course, if you're a beginner, you don't really understand why people buy. So you maybe try products, just shotgun approach where you just test a lot of products. You don't even know why you're selling a product and what problems it solves. You just sell maybe a back pain product. You say just reduce back pain, that's it, because you see someone else do the same thing. And that's one problem for me when I look at those winning product videos, is that they just tell people to sell this product, just copy this, do this. And when they test this product on Facebook ads, they of course blame the product, that it's the product's fault, it's not the winner. They don't realize that the winning product comes from winning marketing. And it changed my mindset when I realized in the beginning, when I started with e-commerce, that it's not about the product so much, it's more about marketing and how you position the product and how you sell the product. Because back in 2019, back then when I saw products on Facebook, people selling products, and eventually they said that these products are saturated, but the reality was that the way people marketed that product became saturated. And even today, products that are like 6 years old are still being sold today, but in a different way, which makes it like a completely new product. And I think this is the biggest reason why beginners think that it's gonna be taking so much faster to succeed with e-commerce. But when they realize that it's not just about launching a product on Facebook and waiting to make sales, it's more about learning the principles of marketing and direct response marketing, that's gonna make you successful. I really think that you will never be able to make this into a full-time living, because then you're gonna be stressed all the time, because you will never be 100% sure why something works. But when you understand these things, why something sells and why people buy and why people buy specifically your product, then you're gonna be able to predict the sales, because you have control of the marketing, you know exactly why people buy, then you have like predictable outcomes in that way. So if you just test product, it works, then you make some money, but then you don't even know why it works, then you're just hoping for the best all the time, and that's not something that I want to be doing when it comes to making money. I want something that is predictable, something that I can have control over, and you gain control by understanding marketing and the principles of direct response marketing. This is something that I always tell beginners when it comes to succeeding with e-commerce, and especially when they ask me, what is the best way to succeed with e-commerce and what's the fastest way of succeeding with e-commerce, I always tell them that learn marketing first before you even spend a single dollar on Facebook, because that's the biggest problem I had in the beginning, was that I started spending money on Facebook before I even understood anything about products, marketing, or anything. So I think this is the biggest reason why I think so many fail, is that they don't learn first before they spend money on Facebook. Because if you don't know why people buy and then you start spending money on Facebook, then you can of course blame the product, and then you're gonna think that it doesn't work. E-commerce is saturated, and too many people are doing it. But the reality is that it's not the market. It's not the market. It's not the business model. It's just your knowledge that is not enough. So, if I have one major tip for you, is that you start to study direct response marketing and marketing about like just general psychology, why people buy. And in that way, you're gonna be able to succeed way faster, because you'll never waste money in that way. Because if you just spend money on Facebook without even understanding any feedback from, for example, if they buy your product, if you just test your product randomly, you just put it up on Facebook and you just copy someone else, maybe some successful brand, you find the same product on AliExpress or something, then you just copy their ads, everything, the product page, everything, and then it works for you as well. But then you don't really know why it works. When the brand you have copied, they know exactly why it works. But then, of course, your brand will of course die eventually. But the brand that is that you are copying will never die, because they know exactly why the people buy, and they know exactly how to replicate their wins from the before. And maybe this is too complicated for beginners, but I think this is the one of the first steps I wish I understood when it came to starting this journey with e-commerce, that I understood e-commerce principles about psychology and marketing. I've been saying that word all the time. Crazy. I really want to push this into your head, that it's not so much about the product, it's more about how you sell the product. And that is something that I've been doing with the people that I've helped with e-commerce. Many friends, I think it's 4 to 5 friends that I've been helping with e-commerce, and they succeeded with e-commerce. And for example, my brother, he started with e-commerce back in July 2025, and now he's already making money from it, and he's also living from that money from e-commerce. And compared to me, it took for me over 2 years before I even was able to take out my first salary from my e-commerce money. So for him, it was about 4 to 5 months compared to 2 years. And the only difference is that he, in the beginning, before he even spent a single dollar on ads, that he understood his customers, who he's selling to, and the problem he's solving. He understood everything about that before he even spent any single dollar on Facebook. And then he became an expert in his industry, his market. He knew exactly who his customer was, and that made it really, really simple to get started with Facebook ads, because then he was so confident in the spending money on Facebook, because he knew that it would work, because he took some inspiration from successful brands before, but then he just did something better. He did something different and something better than them. So then he just knew that it would work. Then of course it worked. And for example, he took one brand that was selling a specific product and in a specific niche, but then he just took the same niche, same product and everything, but then he just made it more specific. For example, if you say maybe a brand for dogs, they sell maybe, just I need some idea here. So maybe they sell maybe dog collars, maybe like you put on around the neck. So for example, one brand maybe sells this for all dogs in the United States, like every single dog, but this product has some specific unique features. Maybe it's I'm not sure, maybe it's lights in the dark or something like that. But then my brother, he took the same kind of mindset into his brand. He took the same product, for example, the dog collar. He took the same dog collar, but made it specifically for one type of dog in the beginning. Then he was doing the same concept as the competition. He was selling the same product, and he was also like doing the same style, same type of ads as them. And then he was able to find success with that. So he just took the same idea, the same type of ads, everything, but then he just made it some more specific and more niched. And this way he was able to get started. And then of course in the future, when he's building the brand up more, he's gonna be able to expand into the wider market with better angles and better marketing messages that is maybe targeting more different dog breeds. So, but that's the best way to start with a brand, to just copy a brand that is doing something successful. Then you just do something more specific and more niched. And that is the exact same way that I helped my other friends before, is that I took the same brand that is working, I just made it more specific and more niched. And then it worked. Every single one of them worked. And one of them, I think one of them really made like 500,000 or something in a couple of months from one product, Principles of Marketing. And that was the first product they sell. Like every single one I helped with e-commerce, their first product became their winner because they made everything clear from the beginning. But for me personally, I didn't have anyone who was teaching me this. So for me, it took like 2 years, and then it took me about 50 stores, 50 Shopify stores before I even found success. And I maybe tested maybe 100 products or something. And that is nothing, and that is not the right way to do it. For me, if I just went deeper into one thing, learned the market, the problem I'm selling to, and all the stuff in that market, I understood the problem, the customer, everything like that, then I would be able to succeed way faster. And I wish I knew that before, but now I'm able to help you do the same thing, so you can cut down the time it takes for you to succeed with e-commerce. And I think this is gonna help so many people, because I helped my friends and my family with this, and it worked. So I think this is something that you should do as well. But this is something that I've been like learning from others as well, of course, because I always learn new things about e-commerce from people who are doing bigger numbers than me, and I always learn something new, and then I try it, then it works for me, then I just teach you about it as well. So for me, this channel is only about talking about the things that works for me, and things that didn't work for me, and then I will tell you, of course. So this is I'm just sharing the things that works for me, and lessons I learned in the past that you can also learn from, so you don't make the same stupid mistakes. So in the future, I'm gonna be talking about crazy things in my business, mistakes, things that almost made me bankrupt, and I will talk about all of those things, so you can skip the mistakes, skip the stupid things that I did in the past with business, and so you can just do the right things from the beginning and succeed way faster. And the second thing that I just have to add is one here as well, is that many beginners, most of them, they have the wrong friends from the start. I see so many people, they just talk about they want to be starting with e-commerce, they want to be starting with this business wise, they want to be starting with business online, they want to be like building their e-commerce store, Shopify. And then when I see them outside, maybe I see them at the gym or something, they tell me that they want to be starting with e-commerce, but then maybe in the evenings I see them outside just still hanging around with the wrong people with the same, the wrong goals as them, people they hang out with that have literally the opposite dreams as them. But when I talk to them, I feel that they have like big future ahead of them. They seem really inspired, they seem so motivated, they seem so like their mindset is on point. But the only problem they have is that they have the wrong people around them, and this makes it really difficult for them to succeed, because as soon as they try something new, they want to be focusing at home, they don't want to go out and drinking, they don't want to be doing drugs, they don't want to be just wasting time. So if they do that, if they tell their friends that they want to be sitting at home and working, they're gonna be judged for it. They're gonna be telling, just come out, man, just relax, you're still young. But if you really want to succeed with e-commerce, you can't think that way. You have to just focus on this thing, cut out everything that is wasting your time and everything that is just not taking you to your ideal self in the future. And especially when it comes to friends, man. If you have friends that are not aligned with your future version of yourself, if you just think about the future version of you, like the ideal version of yourself, the best version of yourself, would that person hang out with the old friends you have right now? I don't think so, because that's the biggest lesson for me, was that I used to hang around with so many wrong people before, and this of course made it really difficult to focus on my things, because they had the different goals, different dreams, and so when I wanted to work, they wanted to maybe go drinking, they wanted to just waste time, just play games or play video games, just sit around, scroll on the phones, not do anything. Like, what is that? I don't want that. And I think this is something nowadays that many young people in general, they just waste time, just waste too much time that could be used on their business, their dreams, their physique, like the body, go to the gym, and mindset. I think this is something that you should be really aware of, is that stop hanging around with the wrong people. And even if you don't have anyone else than your bad friends, or friends that don't have the same goals as you, then you just be alone. It's way better to be alone, because that is something that I did in the beginning, was that I was alone for 2 years. Like, I didn't really have any friends when I started with e-commerce. and yeah, I was just like my friends, like the mindset that I got. I didn't get anyone out from the outside to change my mind or affect my mind in any way. The only thing that was affecting my mind was the YouTube videos of the people that I was looking up to, and also books that I was reading. And when I was reading so much, like every single day I was reading books from other successful people, like different kinds of stuff, then it felt like they were my friends instead. Friends with bigger dreams, bigger goals, and friends that always motivated me. So if your friends don't motivate you, your friends don't make you into a better man, then like why are you wasting time? Like it's just stupid, in my opinion. Because if you really want to make this happen, then you have to just focus on the right things, do the things that you know is right for you in the future, and then just yeah, don't waste time. Because people say that, yeah, you're young, you have time, but we don't have time. Maybe if you're 20, maybe if you're 20 years old now, maybe you think that you're just gonna be living your life right now, so you have good memories in the future. But the thing is that it's always waste of time. I think if you have bigger dreams than just wasting time on drinking, because that thing don't have any return on your life in the future, I think. And especially when it comes to young men who waste time with girls, they just chase girls all the time, because that doesn't have any return on investment long term, I think. Because that time could be used on maybe your purpose in life, your goals, your dreams, building your business, and also the right people around you, maybe the right friends, because then you will be able to build something in the future that you're proud of. And for me, I literally but I focus my time and my energy into this business life, this business in general. Because before e-commerce, I was doing online coaching, online personal training, and yeah, it's just I've been always super aware of wasting time, that I don't want to waste time with the wrong people in general. But before the personal training business, and sometimes during the like later in that stage, I was wasting so much time with the wrong people. But in general, I've been always so conscious of the time that I spend, and that I don't spend it on wrong people and also wrong activities. If I just meet someone that has nothing in common with me and the version I want to become in the future, like in 5 minutes I get bored. I don't have anything to talk about with them, and then I become really quiet. I don't even talk anything, but then people just assume that there's something wrong or something. But the reality is that I don't have anything in common with you, so we don't have anything to talk about. So, and I really think the same thing is with you. If you have the right people around you, you will always have stuff to talk about, and things that will really push you to become the better man you want to become. And I've seen so many young men, especially in Sweden. Sweden is the craziest. In my hometown in Sweden, there's so many young men with so many big dreams, so many big visions, but the only thing that is holding them back is the wrong friends. Wrong friends that are just jealous, lazy, they don't do anything with your life, and as soon as they see their friend progressing in something, they just talk negatively about that. Maybe they laugh when you talk about your dreams, your goals. Maybe they laugh about your future like visions. And if they do that, man, I don't see any reason why you should hang out with them. So for me, if I have a single friend or person in my life that is negative about the things I talk about, I mean the visions in my life, the goals I want to build, and stuff, just the stuff I'm excited about building. If they are negative about that, then it's just bye immediately. There's no single person in my life that is holding me back, and I think this is the same mindset you should have in the beginning. Because otherwise it's going to be really difficult, especially in the beginning. When you don't have the proof that you're successful yet, then it's going to be really difficult to prove to people around you that you're not doing something right. Because they will, of course, compare your dreams, like the things you're talking about, to the current situation you are in right now. And that will maybe make them think that, yeah, man, you're just talking. So, yeah. But then when you get successful with this, you are making good money, then you're gonna be seeing that the old friends that you used to hang around with, who didn't believe in the things you're doing, they will of course ask you, how are you doing that? Like how are you doing the money? Please help me. So you will see that in the future when you succeed. So yeah, so I think these are the things, just thoughts that I've been thinking about, and especially now that I'm helping my brother, like we're just traveling, we're living together with my brother, we are just traveling, doing business together, and yeah, these are the things that I've been seeing that he was affected by before. So right now, like the only person in my life right now that I'm hanging around 24/7 with is my brother. Like that's it, and I don't need anyone else when it comes to friends or just family in that way. So I think if you really want to succeed and excel in life, you should really just have a couple of friends, and especially it's so important that they also dream the same way as you do. They have the same vision without any limits, like no limits, man. If you have a friend who's not dreaming big as you, and he's just maybe he dreams, he has goals, but when you talk about the dreams that makes you both uncomfortable, then it's just, man, it's too big. Maybe think realistically. I don't want that. You should just be doing whatever you want, and everything is possible. I think everything is possible. And if something has been done before, I think it's possible for you as well. And especially for me, man, if you really knew where I came from, if I can succeed with this, you can as well. So yeah, so this is just a few thoughts that I had, and I will continue these points in the later video. So this video is not too long. So yeah, so if you have any questions, just leave them under the video, and I will help you with any question you have. And if you have any ideas or something you want me to talk about more in the future, just let me know, and I will update you guys a lot now. I will just share my thoughts, the things that I've been learning during these past years. And yeah, so my channel used to be in Swedish before, but right now I just wanted to do it in English, because I think English for me it has been my weakest point, and it has been my, what is it called? I was so uncomfortable to talk to the camera in English, but then I just understood that this is something that I want to be doing, because I think that I could reach a bigger audience with my experiences and the things that worked for me. And this channel I will also document my progress, my business, and what I'm doing, and the lessons that I said before, and also how I'm like the lifestyle, of course, everything included in that. And I will share you about the lessons that I'm learning, the things, the new successes, the new losses, the new failures, all of that. I will tell you everything about this when it comes to e-commerce, and I will never try to just make it seem that I have made it in that way. I'm still learning, just like you. I'm learning new things. I'm trying to grow as much as possible, and of course I have many weaknesses. I'm always, like every single day, I'm focused on this thing, and I just felt that this YouTube thing is something that I want to be doing, because I can just also share my thoughts, share my ideas, and in some way just share my thoughts. I think that is something good, and yeah, and I think this will help many people to get started with e-commerce and live this same kind of lifestyle, and don't do the same mistakes as I did before. And yeah, so you will see more of me and my brother in this channel. We'll travel, we'll do our e-commerce thing, a lot about fitness and everything. So, and it's not just about money, it's about everything, like the complete life. And that is something we will be talking more about in the future. So see you in the next video. Bye.